What's going on, guys? It's Robert Rowland with another podcast. It's 5:40. Just got finished preparing to hit the gym. Got home from work. Did a quick cleanup of a couple things, and then now I'm ready to head back out and hit the gym. But another thing I wanted to talk about today, and on my way home, I wanted to address this for the narcissists that are out there. And I wanted to talk to you guys about is how we need to maintain control of our attitudes and our emotions. We need to keep those things in check and in line. We need to watch how we have outbursts. We need to be careful how we respond and react to certain things, and make sure that we're not falling back into old habits and old ways of how we used to respond and react to certain situations and certain habits that we were during before we started with this recovery process. It's very easy to lapse back into lashing out to a name call or to something like that. But as a narcissist, we need to remember that we need to take our time and be patient when responding and reacting to certain scenarios and certain things, when we're hit with certain things in certain scenarios. Like I've said this whole time and throughout all of these podcasts, the recovery effort is definitely not easy for us. Honestly, and I'm speaking as a recovering narcissist, the stage is actually kind of set against us. And that's me just being 100% honest to everyone out there. The odds are actually against us in our recovery effort. So it's super hard for us to actually achieve the recovery. Not saying that it's impossible, because it absolutely isn't, but the satisfaction and for us to achieve this recovery, we have to be super critical of ourselves throughout this recovery process, because the odds are against us, and people are going to be super crucial on everything that we do. Now, in the events that someone is being crucial, or someone is saying, oh, you haven't changed, or you're just doing this for the wrong reason, or you're never going to change. I've heard that a million times. If someone is saying that to you, don't let that get to you. You need to kind of get past that, and if you need to stop talking to that person or remove yourself from being around that person, by all means, you need to do that. Because at the end of the day, you really don't have to prove yourself to anyone but yourself. And this whole recovery effort, at the end of the day, is for you. And if the people around you can't accept that, and over time, if people just say, hey, you haven't changed, you know what, they really don't need to be a part of your life after you've recovered, or the recovery effort anyways. Now, not saying that those people are bad people, but chances are that these people that are saying these things are people that you've hurt within the process of you being a narcissist or a sociopath. So you also need to realize that these people that are saying these things to you, or judging your character, it's not really name calling. They're basically putting a title on your character. They probably have a valid reason to say the things that they're saying, or to feel the way they do. But you, as an individual in going through this recovery process and taking the steps into recovery, you need to do whatever you can to get past that, you know, and just remember the judgment part of it from whoever's trying to judge you. That's on them at the end of the day. Your recovery shouldn't be based on what others think and what others feel. If you're doing it based on what someone else thinks or what someone else feels or what other people think or feel or say, honestly, you're probably doing it for the wrong reason anyways, and it's probably not going to work. So you just need to really step back and realize, you know, that, hey, this whole process right now, it's going to be difficult and it's going to take some time, you know, and we need to stay focused on our recovery efforts and be mindful of our actions, you know, our words, you know, and staying true to ourselves. And when we're speaking to people, and especially to the ones that we've hurt or that we've had contact with and that we were narcissistic to or sociopathic with, we have to be genuine with these people. And a lot of times, you know, and I'm speaking from my experience, when we're being genuine to these people, they really don't know how to accept you being genuine. They don't know if it's really genuine or if it's fake or if it's some type of ploy or some kind of fake sincerity or some kind of fake epiphany that you're having. So it's kind of up to you to honestly be genuine and sincere with yourself, and especially if you're in conversation or if you're talking about what you're going through and some of the things that you actually are doing. It's extremely important to follow through with what you're doing and to keep your word as to what you're saying. And most of all, be 100% honest with what's going on. And the other thing that needs to be realized is, as a narcissist, we need to do this and realize that we can't expect to get anything out of this recovery effort other than just recovery. We can't expect to regain a friendship or a relationship. You know, those things will fall into place if they're meant to be. But if they don't, you have to accept the fact that, oh, well, you know, those things aren't happening and they weren't meant to happen. But that's basically what it is. But when you're in contact with these people that you had in the past, you have to do your best to be sincere and genuine about everything that's going on. And regardless if they're rejecting it or calling you a liar or saying that this is all fake or a show, you know, you just have to kind of eat the crow and prove it by your actions and not by your words. Now, also with that, in retrospect, for the people that you're meeting during your recovery process and after the process, not saying relationship-wise, but just general everyday folk that you're encountering, these are your opportunities to do things properly. You don't have to beef yourself up or boast or brag about anything. These are your opportunities that people that don't know you from Adam to be 100% real with who your character is, because these people don't know who you are. So they don't have a preconceived notion as to who you are or what you were. You know, it's your chance now to give them exactly who you really are, without any lies, without any deceit, without any baggage from your past. You know, it's your opportunity to really give these folks that you're now meeting who you really are. But like I said in the previous podcast today, is very important. Like when you're in this recovery process, for you to be by yourself. Do not jump into a relationship for any circumstance until you feel that you're 100% recovered and repaired. Because chances are, if you jump into a relationship before you're repaired or recovered, you fall into the category that everyone is saying that's negative about narcissist. And chances are you're gonna pick up your old habit of doing whatever you did to ruin your previous relationship or your previous friendships that you had. And if you initiated this recovery process and you're really taking it seriously, there's nothing wrong with being by yourself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being alone at all. Yeah, it's nice, to have someone in bed next to you and someone to cook for and someone on Valentine's Day and someone to wish you a happy birthday and, someone to go to the movies with. But at the same time, before, and I said this before in a previous podcast, is before you can make someone else happy, you need to learn how to be happy in your own skin and comfortable in your own skin. And I found out that with myself, a lot of my narcissistic ways and a lot of my narcissism and sociopathic ways came into play because I wasn't really comfortable with who I was when I looked in the mirror in my own skin. So I fabbed up and made this false image as to all these other things, and created this character, and portrayed that character to all these people. And that was basically the demise of the relationships and some of the friendships that I had. So, and that was solely based on because I wasn't happy with myself, and I truly didn't love myself within looking in the mirror. So before I could love someone else, I had to learn to love me first. And I think that is an accurate thing for everyone. And it's not just narcissist or sociopath. It's just the human population. We have to love ourselves before we can give love. Before we can share love, we have to understand and appreciate love for ourselves before we can give it to someone else. We can't give a shirt that we don't have. We can't give shoes that we don't have. We can't give someone $100 if we don't have $100 in our bank account. So those are kind of some of the things that we need to be mindful of during our recovery process is we need to be mindful of our actions. We need to be very careful of our follow through, and we need to actually intend to follow through and stay real with ourselves and the people around us. And that's just a little bit of my advice and a little bit of info and insight for the narcissists that are listening, that are trying to initiate this recovery process and, are feeling down because they're being rejected or people are saying you're never going to change, that doesn't matter at all. If people are saying you can't change, you're never going to change, and you're rating that narcissists are what they are, they're never going to change, a leopard never changes their spots, don't pay that stuff any mind. It is not a mental disorder. It is not like you were born with one arm, or one leg. And hell, now with today's technology, there's prosthetics, it's a simple addiction, and people correct addictions all the time. And you can fix this. And being a narcissist, we can fix this if you stay committed to this and go through the recovery process and stay real with yourself, and do not give up. You're going to get through this and you're going to shine, and it's not going to be easy, but I promise you, at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, and then whenever the time passes and the clouds clear, it's going to be a bright, shiny day at the end of the road, at the end of the tunnel. The light is shining. So, everyone, I want you guys to have a beautiful day or a beautiful evening. I'm about to hit the gym. So, thanks for listening. It's Robert Rowland. Have a great evening.